Hey guys, what's going on? I came back with another video for World Flipper, and today's video are actually my ratings on the Christmas units, where it comes with Marian. I hope that I pronounce it correct, and Soshiro, that's for 5 stars, and the team, right? And Inaho. So there is 3 5 stars unit for Christmas. They do have a 4-star unit for Christmas as well that I'm gonna cover off based on my opinion, right? So for those who thinks my opinions are not up to par, I'm really apologize because each of us we would have, different perspective of view for the units. So I hope you guys respect what I think about the unit. So let's dive into it without wasting time. Okay. So first off, we'll be looking at Mirene. I think is Marian. I hope I pronounced correct. Marian. Okay. So she is the fire attribute. For max level of 80, you get a 3444 HP and also an attack of 672. Okay. She is also a bow user, and her gameplay for the team will be a debuff Nook. Okay, so we continue with the leader skills. The leader skills increase fire character skills damage by 30%, and also additional damage to debuff, debuff opponent by 20%. Okay, so every time she debuffs or whenever you use her as a leader, this unit and this team really do need a debuff units, right? I'm not sure whether it stacks with other units debuff or but it's actually additional damage to it when either attack down or fire resistance and any debuffs, right? So we have her skill with a skill cost of 444. It deals fire damage and also deduction of fire resistance to your opponent. Okay. So her first passive skill would be additional skill. We call it A1, A2, and A3. So her A1 is upping a fire character skill damage by 30%. And then A2, her second ability, upon each time a fire character skill activated, fever gauge plus 25%. 25. It's not percent, it's 25. So, and then main, this will be the main one. Upon each time own skill activation, all fire character gains 10% skill gauge, also heals for 5% HP up to 3 turns. Okay, so she's a human and she's a female. This character, Mirren, actually is good for the buffer if you were to play pure fire team, right? She also, I can rate her about her leader skill about 4 or 5, right? And before that, before I judge the skill, we will see on the skills. Yep. So that way, in fighting Orochi, it would be good, but if it's quite random for the side there she attacks, okay, for the gift box as well. So I believe I'm gonna rate it about 3 or 5 for her for her skill ability, and for abilities I believe it's good, and she also do have a 5% heal for 3 times, which is she won't be a main healer, but if you want to use her in the team, I recommend it because she's one of a good debuff and also debuff additional damage as well. Not to say debuff additional damage, but doing additional damage when the opponents are being debuffed. So I'm gonna rate her about 3.8 out of 5 because it's just lacking that I don't think her skill, right, her active skills are it's very tricky to do, right? It would actually messed up some of your damage in the game. So that's my opinion. I rate her 3.8 out of 5. So hope you guys don't criticize me because I'm trying to do what I think, and also that's my opinion. So we should go off to Inaho. Alright, never mind, I mispressed it. So this is Shoshiro. He's basically a thunder unit having a HP of 2664, and his damage is very high, 828 for damage, and he is a swordsman. Basically he uses swords, I believe. Yep. And his leader skill will be increase light characters attack by 40% and heal lightning characters HP by 20% upon fever. Right. So actually these units is good to have, and it's also a very good leader. I will rate the leader skills 4.5, right? But because the increase of lightning attack for 40% is not really high, and I'm not sure how am I gonna say it, because Inaho, she also do increase lightning characters attack by 40% and increase field mode duration by 30%. So yeah, I would rate it about 4 because it's not universal, it's only increased lightning characters, right? So let's move on to his active skill. His active skill is lightning damage and add fever gauge. So it has a cost of 570. We should just look at the damage, that how he's going to do the damage. Okay, so it's practical enough that you need to go near, and also it's a very quite useful because it's just surrounding him, where it also easily to make damage to your bosses which can run around. It's stay like Orochi, but those that runs around quite hard. So I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. And his ability, the first ability is quite selfish, that he's only increased on attack by 30%. And then second ability, it increase of fever time by 20%. And for the main, during fever mode, lightning characters attacks plus 50% and fever time plus 20%. So basically, he is units that help you guys use fever time, a longer period of fever time, and then he also adds fever gauge every time you use his ability, his skill. But I'm not sure, because it's not stated here, that how many percent or how much increase of fever gauge that he provide or that he giving out. So I'm going to rate this as 4.5 because he got a healing upon fever, and also all the skills are actually supporting the fever times. But it also down for it because the longer your fever time is, it's quite hard for us to trigger his skill, which also can heal for you, right? So I think it's good. For me, I'm actually playing a lightning team. I would like to have him inside my team, and yet I still have not enough gems to pull him. So maybe I'm gonna do another video, or maybe I'm gonna pull, 10 summons for you guys later on. So we'll see about that. So let's go to Inaho, which I miss her, right? I'm really, really sorry. Okay, so she's having a HP of 300. It's not 300, sorry, my bad. 3192, and her attacks are 744. She is also a special unit and a healer. So maybe we can go to her active skill, which costs 500, and it actually heals all participants. Enhance, it will heals more for light, and add fever gauge. Okay, so I like the animations there as well. So her healing skills with a 500 skill cost, I will rate her as 4.8. I don't really want to give 5.5 5 over 5 because I'm not sure whether I'm giving the right ones. So we will go on to her leader skills. When a light character activates a skill, it increases favor gauge by 50%. 50. I think it's about 50%. I think about there. So sorry, it's not percent, so just add 50. And then light characters attack increase of 30%. She is also a fever support character, which makes you consistently getting fever time. Okay, so her first ability would be light characters gains 15% additional damage. It's actually additional of 15 attacks. It's not damage, it's actually character's attack for 15%. And then her second ability, upon each time own self is healed, fever gauge plus 30%. Right, and then for the main one, when a light character activate a skill, increase fever gauge plus 50. So let's say she's this unit. It's good to have. She can be she can pair with I'm not sure how to say, but I will rate her as 4.8. She's a very, very good healer, and she's a very, very supportive healer as well, which I believe we can fully utilize, as this is light characters. And also the increase of consistency of fever time. That's what I can say. So this unit is quite crazy when it comes to fever. So if you were to pair with those low cost light characters, and you frequently manage to use Inaho skills, I think it would be great. And every time you just make skills, you just up your fever time, and that's where you can do supreme damage. Okay, so let's go to our first 4-star for Christmas. Aero. I like the penguin. So he have a HP of 3405 and attack of 488. He uses penguin, so the skill actually 480 cost, lightning damage, and adds fever gauge, and spawns 6 bombs with a small interval that explode on impact, like what you see just now. So it's something like the time bomb. It also quite useful in a sense of, how do you say, I'm not sure, but it's playable because I'm not sure whether anyone would use him, but for me it's good to have, and I rate it as 4 or maybe about 3.8 because it explodes. That's all. Right? And the damage, I'm not sure how much damage it's going to do with 480 skill cost. It's workable for, and it's also playable. And for his leader skill, it is increased light characters attack by 35% and increased field mode duration by 20%. Basically, from what we see right now, every Christmas event characters are all aiming for the fever time, right? And a fever duration, fever mode, or whatever you call it. Okay, so as you can see here, ability 1 and ability 2 is the same. Fever mode duration plus 50%, 50%. So that includes that it will be 30%, which is quite a waste. That's making these characters rating a little bit low for me, because it should put another different skills that we can play around with it, instead of putting two same fever mode duration, 15% and 15%. So his main will be every 3 multi-balls spawn lightning character skill damage plus 10% and maximum of 60%, and air fever gauge plus 10, or during fever mode multi-balls attack plus 100%. So basically, every ball he summons, every 3 balls he summons, he gains 10%. So you use 3 times, you max out 60%. And also during the fever mode, your multi-ball attacks will be 100% more. Okay, and he's a lightning character. I'm not sure whether I'm going to use it in my team. I hope it's actually good, and also I'm going to rate it as 3.3 or 3.5. I'm not sure, because it's quite a skill waste, for the first one, which is not there, right? So let's go to the second one. We have Cannon. I think she's not the Christmas event unit, but never mind. There's a radar for it. It's a fire attribute, HP of 2517, attack of 662. She's a bowman, and also her skills cost 400 and deal fire damage according to the combo. I guess the more combo you have, it will deal more. I think that's what they say. I'm not sure. Okay, so leader skill will be whenever above 10 combos increase fire attack by 125%. I don't know is 6 stackable if I go to 20 and increase extra. I'm not sure, but it says only when above 10 combos increase fire attack by 125%. So I think that will be the max, about 125. And then she increased own attack by 25% as her first ability, and the second ability, while combo counts is more than 10, increase own attack by 60%. And her main will be upon on skill activation, double hit for 10 and bonus damage plus 40%. So she is a little bit selfish for her abilities. Not really a team play. She more of a solo kind of unit. So I'm gonna rate her about 3.5 out of 5, because I'm not sure about her active skill, whether does it follow combo count or she will just do damage just like that, right? So I'm gonna rate her just 3.5 out of 5. And these are actually not my proper ratings because I'm not using them yet. Okay, but we'll see soon. We'll see how it goes, right, with the units. And then we have another raid out for Fola. Welcome to a character with full heals for Thunder. Right? She have a HP of 2888, attack of 425, a Thunder unit, which I really want to get a hands on of her. She use staffs, and her skills cost were 550, which is the downside of it, where Philia she's only have about 500, and then Inaho is just 500 and she's doing at 550. Right, so I'm not sure whether you guys know that actually it's okay to have 550 skill cost, right? Because she not only heal all participants and Hansen for lightning characters, but she also do have a regeneration buff for the party. Meaning to say, over time, I'm not sure how long would it be, we have a slow regeneration. It may be not high, but maybe about 5% on every 1 second or so. I'm not sure how does it goes. Maybe I need to go deeper for this character once I get her. So I really hope to get her actually. So her leader skill increased like character setup by 50%. Recovery receives plus 18%. Her leader skill are more towards a defense type, you know, a full healing defense type support unit or support team. And her ability increased lightning characters max HP by 6%, a very good support as well. Increased lightning character recovery received by 8%, also a very good support to the team if you want to get a very good decent amount of healing. And also her main will be every time a lightning character is healed, increase its attack by 5% and maximum by 50%. So she is a good synergy for lightning team and is worth 4.3, or maybe I give it as 4 because she's a 3-star and her stats are not high, which is a downside for it, so I'm going to rate as 4. It's quite high for 3-star for me to do the ratings. And yeah, that's all that I'm gonna explain about the characters which raised up in this banner, and I'm gonna do a constellation summon to close this video. So let's do a 1500 gems pool to see whether I could get the characters. So we have now skip and skip all as a new features after the updates. So I'm not sure whether it's useful, but looking at 3 stars actually, and I really hope to get Fola. Come on. It doesn't looks like it rates up, right? Yes! Yes! I got Fola as my healer. Yes! Okay, so my teams are more stable now once I have her. Should be more stable, but sadly I didn't get 5 stars. As usual, as my previous videos also, I do not get much 5 stars. And I don't really bother about it because I'm gonna work around with this entire units that I get, and I don't really bother to have most of the 5 stars, right? It may be good and the ratings that I'm giving them is good, but you just need to appreciate what you get, right? So I think that is all, guys. I hope you guys like my channel. Subscribe to get more new contents of my videos. It may be slow, but time to time maybe I'm going to increase my frequency updating videos. And right now I'm only focusing on 2 games which really very time consuming for me, which is Dragon Lost Dragalia Lost, and also World Flipper. So I hope you guys enjoy my video. Always be yourself and never be someone else. And stay healthy and see you guys again next time. See ya.